from the News and Current Affairs Department here at Kear Communications Network. A pleasant good evening and welcome to Kear News Line. Today is Monday, October 28, 2024. My name is Jefferson. We are anchoring this 7 p.m. edition of our news magazine program. Stories we're following tonight: Nimba County Representative Musa Belete vows complete shutdown of the legislature attempt by members of the anti-speaker Kofa's bloc to boycott Tuesday's session. Dismayed LRRC employees demand the immediate resignation of Executive Director Patrick Wood, accused the LRRC boss and his deputies of rampant corruption. Police Inspector General attributes ineffective operations and high-level unprofessionalism by LMP officers to low budgetary support and salary incentives. IG Gregory Coleman calls for more support to the police force. Away from Liberia, a leading member of Malawi's opposition charged with plotting to kill the country's president, Lazarus Chakwera. The details of these stories, the voices of the newsmakers, pulls the passion of life are all packaged in this edition. But first, Aloysius Chea sets the news with a full bulletin. Good evening, Aloysius.
Good evening, Jeff. Good evening, listeners. Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Belete has threatened a shutdown of the legislature failure of those as majority bloc calling for the impeachment of Speaker Kofa to attend Tuesday's regular session. During a live podcast on Monday, Belete warned that such move will constitutionally compel the Senate to also cease operations, potentially plunging the government into chaos. The Nema County lawmaker indicated that if one house of the legislature adjourns, the other must wait 5 days before doing the same, setting a stage for a constitutional standoff. Representative Benete remarks comes amid growing division of the lower house, as 43 lawmakers have vowed now to participate in session led by embattled Speaker Funati Kofa. Speaker Kofa has also vowed not to resign unless the majority bloc can gather the requisite 49 signatures for his removal as mandated by law. This deadlock has significantly hampered legislative activities, with majority bloc under the leadership of Magibi County Representative Clarence Guy, while 30 loyalists to Kofa remain in chambers. Benete, who chairs the National Defense, Security and Intelligence Committee, however, urged President Joseph Walker to encourage supporters of the ruling Unity Party to return to section. Dismissed employees at the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission staged protests demanding the immediate resignation of the institution's executive director Patrick Woolsey. The dismissed employees accused Director Patrick Woolsey and his deputies of deep involvement with corrupt practices at the institution. According to them, Director Woolsey and his deputies alleged corrupt practices at the institution has severely undermined the LRRC's ability to fulfill its mandate of assisting refugees and displaced persons. The aggrieved employees urged President Joseph Walker to intervene and request an investigation at the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. They said such investigation will reveal the numerous corrupt practices carried out at the institution with link of the executive director and deputies. It can be recalled recently a former employee at the LRRC made the main accusation against LRRC executive director and deputies with numerous leaked documents and misallocated checks from Central Bank of Liberia amounting to thousands of US dollars. Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman has declared a low budgetary support and salary incentive affecting the operations of police officers. Speaking in Monrovia Monday, Inspector General Coleman described the low salary as a major challenge confronting officers of the Liberia National Police, which undermines their operations and contributes to unprofessional behavior. He said though some officers have maintained their professional posture and continue to exhibit good policing in their assigned posts, there is a need to address the current salary issues confronting them. The police inspector general highlighted that his leadership is making frantic efforts with the government of Liberia to increase the salary of police officers in line with the Decent Work Act. According to him, when police officers are paid in accordance with the CSA structure, it will help address the social and financial problems they go through. Meanwhile, Colonel Gregory Common disclosed his leadership plans to address police to civilian relationship through human policing to regain the trust of the local community. He further stated that regaining the trust and confidence of the public is key to his leadership agenda, and as such, they will lay out programs aimed at bringing the police to the people. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency Grand Bazaar Detachment has arrested a 41-year-old man identified as Aaron Weah carrying a staggering 8 tube of drugs named Italian White, valued thousands of Liberian dollars. Suspect Dan admitted that trading drug is his only source of income and have been into such business for nearly 6 months. The arrest highlights a troubling trend of drug trafficking in the region, raising alarms among law enforcement and community leaders. The head of the LBA Grand Bazaar County Detachment, Alfred White, has warned those involved in the sale and smuggling of narcotics that disease will face the full weight of the LDEA. He urged local community leaders to collaborate with the LDEA to combat the rising tide of drug-related issues in the country. Meanwhile, suspect Dan is currently in police custody awaiting court trial. Former defeated Montserrado County District 16 Representative candidate Atif Sano has called on President Joseph Boakai to immediately act on officials who have refused to declare their assets in line with the Code of Conduct. Atif Sano said the alleged refusal of public officials to make public their assets have the ability to undermine government's efforts to ensure a corruption-free society. He also blasted at government officials who are still occupying political parties' positions, adding that their action violates the country's democratic principles. The former defeated District 16 representative candidate made the remark in a telephone interview with Kear News. Meanwhile, Archie Sana has attributed current economic challenges being experienced by Liberians to what he termed as poor decisions made during the 2023 general elections. He pointed out that Liberians' continual decision to elect corrupt officials has yielded no result, but rather continues to push the country backward. Montserrado County District 13 representative has accused Vice President Jeremiah Cole and Deputy Speaker Thomas Fana of allegedly facilitating the plot against the removal of House Speaker Fonanti Kofa. Speaking to legislative reporters over the weekend, Representative Fluma alleged that Deputy Speaker Fana instructed one of my Gibi County senators to call him despite failing to disclose the name of the senator. The District 13 lawmaker asserted that the alleged money used to bribe members of the lower house could be used to improve the roads between LPRC and Dole community corridors. He added that it is time that individuals stop using state resources at the detriment of the struggling masses, noting that the fight against corruption must be taken seriously. Meanwhile, Representative Edward Flomont has called on the U.S. government to sanction Vice President Jeremiah Coon for acts of corruption. He noted that the Liberian Vice President has been allegedly involved into acts of criminal activities, adding that there has been numerous protestations against Vice President Coon and Deputy Speaker Fana. Montserrado County District 10 Representative Yeke Cordovas expressed concern over the silence of ECOWAS in the current saga at the 55th National Legislature. According to Representative Cordoba, the silence of authorities of the Economic Community of West African States in the midst of what he termed as constitutional violation and political fiction at the National Legislature by major state actors is concerning. Representative Cordoba said ECOWAS, as a regional body that promotes peace, should intervene and probe into crucial matters of its member state at an early stage rather than waiting for tension to escalate and the government to be overthrown before making a statement. He added that the current situation of the 55th National Legislature involving Speaker Kofa and other lawmakers require the attention of international partners including World Bank, the IMF, and the United Nations. Representative Koruba made these comments in an interview with reporters at his Capitol building office in Monrovia Monday. He at the same time called on the Supreme Court to not be biased in its decision, but uphold the Constitution of Liberia to avoid future chaos. Private School Teachers Association of Liberia President Monumental Sakon says thousands of secondary students have been denied access to education due to finance. According to Monumental Sakon, the lack of finances has caused students in both public and private schools to be denied education. He noted that the condition of schools is worse, namely lack of chairs, inadequate access to materials for instructors, and unconducive environment for students. Monumental Saka made his comments in an interview with Kear News via telephone Monday. He added that he had tuition and other fees at private institutions are some reasons for low attendance, adding that the Ministry of Education has not done enough to improve the educational sector. At the same time, Monumental Saka has expressed disappointment in the action of lawmakers to remove Funati Kofa. And the Muslim Youth Assembly has disclosed plans to host a one-day leadership symposium focused on effective communication skills and personal leadership development. The event, which is scheduled for November 2, will take place at the All Africa Student Union headquarters under the theme Coaching to Enhance Volunteers' Performance. The symposium aims to equip young leaders with better skills for improved communication and personal growth. The symposium is expected to bring together Muslim youths from diverse backgrounds to learn strategies for success in leadership roles. Well, Jefferson, that's the latest in the news bulletin, and it's back to you.
Many thanks to Aloysius Chea for the news bulletin. The news bulletin is regularly featured on Kear News Line. Top stories we're following tonight. Nimba County Representative Musa Belete vows complete shutdown of the legislature. Attempt by members of anti-Speaker Kofa's bloc to boycott Tuesday's session. That story is just ahead of us. Dismissed LRRC employees demanded the immediate resignation of Executive Director Patrick Woolsey, accused the LRRC boss and his deputies of rampant corruption. Police Inspector General attributes ineffective operations and high-level unprofessionalism by LMP officers to low budgetary support and salary incentives. IG Gregory Coleman calls for more support to the police force. In foreign news, a leading member of Malawi's opposition charged with plotting to kill the country's president Lazarus Chakwera. Let's take our first development. Nimba County District 7 Representative Musa Belete has threatened a shutdown of the legislature, failure of those considered as majority bloc calling for the impeachment of Speaker Kofa to attend Tuesday's regular session. During a live podcast on Monday, Belete warned that such move would constitutionally compel the Senate to also cease operations, potentially plunging the government into chaos. The county lawmaker indicated that if one house of the legislature adjourns, the other must wait for 5 days before doing the same, setting a stage for a constitutional standoff.
Every requirement says that you must have 49 lawmakers. You don't want the speaker giving all the hearing that he needs to hear, and in the final analysis, they will vote with their numbers to remove it. For any number of lawmakers below the required number by the Constitution to jump up to say, we don't want the speaker, we're not going to sanction, we're going to paralyze the government functions. And for us to allow that to happen, Mr. President, that's not a good lesson. I want you to tell the people to come to work. I want you to tell United Party to instruct their representatives to come to work. Funati Kofa is It's not only design. The that you know, but any other means other than what is prescribed in the law. Political and economic pressure in the resignation. Those who decide to hold plenary at ransom, if those who decide to hold the country at ransom don't think about the country, don't expect us to validate their action. It's not acceptable, Mr. President. I know, I know you very well.
The voice of Nimba County District 7 Representative Musa Beleti. Dismissed employees of the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission staged protests demanding the immediate resignation of the institution's executive director Patrick Wozi. The dismissed employees accused Director Patrick Wozi and his deputies of deep involvement with corrupt practices at the institution. According to them, Director Patrick Wozi and his deputies alleged corrupt practices at the institution has severely undermined the LRRC's ability to fulfill its mandate of assisting refugees and displaced persons. The voices of some dismissed employees at the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission. They are calling for the immediate dismissal of the institution's executive director Patrick Wozi and his deputies. Police Inspector General Pat Gregory Coleman has decried the low budgetary support and salary incentives affecting the operations of the police officers. Speaking in Monrovia Monday, Inspector General Gregory Coleman described the low salary as a major challenge confronting officers of MP, which undermines their operations and contributes to unprofessional behavior. He said, though some officers have maintained their professional posture and continue to exhibit good policing in their assigned post, there is a need to address the current salary issues confronting them.
The police, they're doing everything with nothing. Uh, the officers they're struggling. They're serving with distinction. I mean, the vast majority of them trying to make a case in this year specifically. I mean, it is my hope that if we do not achieve anything in this budget cycle, is not to cry for just increase police salary, but you have aligned us with the CSA. Just pay us in accordance with the structure to help to build their physiological, to be able to address physiological needs. And there's this ongoing story on the radio of police fighting for chicken feet back and forth. It's a sad thing. It is a sad thing. I mean, people, you can look at it, laugh, call it what you want to, but I mean, it just speaks to some of the challenges it's a very, very sad story, and it just speaks to some of the challenges that are there. The critical success factor that I see and that we will explore is the fact that the president is quite supportive, and he believes that we should be paid better. So I know I have his support in driving this initiative, but the one thing that we would like to achieve this year in this budget cycle is that at least we're being commensurable with the CSC standards. We're not asking to say we'll take care of our pay to that is not what government has already accepted. Pay us in line with decent work act.
The voice of Police Inspector General Gregory Cuomo. Meanwhile, the Police Inspector General disclosed his leadership plans to address police to civilian relationship through human policing to regain the trust of the local community.
Well, it is the bedrock of how we operate. In order to succeed in this new dispensation, you have to be the police for the people, the police of the people. There's absolutely no way that we can succeed outside of the community policing engagement, and that is why this administration we're focused on human security before even looking at physical security. We're trying to first and foremost stabilize the level of trust and legitimacy, which is so destroyed with the local, and that is all due to actions of the officers and sometimes the engagement from leadership level. So we're pushing to start to regain the public's trust. However, these very challenges that I just mentioned, they continue to destroy because this is not an ordinary organization. You can serve with distinction and do everything you need to do. It's just one event that destroys everything again. So we're paddling, and there are still people who are going in the boat. Like these occurrences from officers misconduct, officers and investors, all of these negative propaganda. I mean, it continues to destroy the image. So we can do 10 great things. Sometimes those great things are not even captured in the press. But the one negative is what the press picks up, and it takes us back 5 steps. We walk three, one bad action takes us back five.
The Police Inspector General Gregory Cuomo. Former defeated Montserrado County District 16 representative candidate Archie Sanon has called on President Joseph Weah to immediately act on officials who have refused to declare their assets in line with the Code of Conduct. Archie Sanon said the alleged refusal of public officials to make public their assets have the ability to undermine government's effort to ensure a corruption-free society. He also blasted government officials who are still occupying political parties' positions, adding that their action violates the country's democratic principles.
Well, these are some of the challenges because say I have a right when it comes to the issue of code of conduct. But it also there are some people who also have the right for job creation because there's a president that appointed you and gave you your job. There are other like who are even so qualified and also learn the recognition. You don't have to trust. You can also say the government inflation the right or the government should go to court because they are not being provided opportunity to serve. So sometimes politically you want to fix your election. You want to put in sometimes you forgo what you think would be benefit for your individual interest and do some of these things that we spoke against when it comes to the issue of our democracy and politics. Because you will say now go to court, president gave me job, I can't leave my political position. What you have done now, you have created a situation where all eyes are on you on the basis of this that is chief anticipated, even though you have a right. So politically, you should revisit and forgo one and stay in one. Because the fact that you know how you government doing this so far. If you want to stay in political party for me, it will be good for you. If you want to stay in the government, it will create a better electoral government when it comes to future election. But if you refuse not to do that, I think you harm your government, you also harm your party for future election. Because people are keeping hard on
His former defeated Monserrado County District 16 Representative Archie Sano. Meanwhile, Archie Sano has attributed current economic challenges being experienced by Liberians to what he termed as poor decision made during the 2023 general elections. His Achisano, former Montserrat County District 16 defeated representative candidate. Montserrat County District 13 representative has accused Vice President Jeremiah Cohn and Deputy Speaker Thomas Falla of allegedly facilitating the plot against the removal of House Speaker Funati Kofa. Speaking to legislative reporters over the weekend, Representative Edward Flomo alleged that Deputy Speaker Falla instructed one of my Gili County senators to call him, despite failing to disclose the name of the senator. The District 13 lawmaker asserted that the alleged money used to bribe members of the lower house could be used to improve the roads between LPRC and Doe community corridors.
I think those are facilitating the process. Jeremiah Cohn, the vice president, and Thomas Falla. I said Jeremiah Cohn and Thomas Falla. They distributing the money. But people are saying Falla is not part of this. Yeah, I tell you Falla is part of it. So between the vice president and somebody to call me. Who is not aware? That's why I said that was a genuine. Another senator, which I will not call his name. Why? I said another senator. I call it vice president in inside and proud of somebody to be a president. I said the vice president, Thomas Falla. Thank you so much. The vice president, Thomas Falla. Thank you so much. We try to see our best to talk to small, but you know, most of them don't know they are criminals. You remember years back when you listen to the staff or the staff for the Thomas Falla Road, Jeremiah Road. These are criminals that are here. I'm not afraid of anybody. The money today they use to bribe people, they can use that money to pay from FPRC to do community road. And that entire areas is messed up. Then you giving individuals on a 30K, 50K, 40K, using the money that belongs to the Liberian people, the resources. Today we are there with begging, even who working, we stay begging. So we need to stop the issue of corruption. That's why we wrote LCC and submitted the money to LCC so they can carry on the investigation. We can't allow people to use state resources just among few people. We saw the budget of operation. It was the same guys on the other side get 4.1 million, then the rest of the people suffer. So y'all who the journalists should also speak to anything that because he against the head of the country. The chief man does not have the authority, the deputy chief man does not have the authority to carry out any budget operation. We know that few guys on the Senate criminal, and as long as they got to continue to remain the system of government, just in the country without move nowhere. Why?
His Montserrat County District 13 Representative Edward Papi Flomo. Meanwhile, Representative Edward Flomo has called on the U.S. government to sanction Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn for corruption.
And the next time we will be calling the American embassy to sanction the VP. They must sanction the US embassy to sanction the vice president because they are involved in so lot of criminal activities. I know they are working with him. You are here all the time, but the people demonstrating against this. I am going to talk about it. You are not here. No, they want to reckon to be done. They won't send us about the people who come after people and do foolishness and deal out of constitution. You are not looking for you reach out there. Honorable Fumo, you just mean some other
The voice of District 13 Representative Edward Flomo. In more legislative news, Montserrat County District 10 Representative Yeke Kaloba has expressed concern over the silence of ECOWAS in the current saga at the 55th National Legislature. According to Representative Kaloba, the silence of authorities of the Economic Community of West African States is in the midst of what he termed as constitutional violation and political tension at the national legislature by major state actors is concerning. Representative Kaloba made these comments in an interview with reporters at his Capitol building office in Monrovia on Monday.
At that time, we're pushing the law for consequences. At this point, the law says you will have for the land. So, not take for example, God forbid, I will never have been in this country. We have taken human mind, international community, airports, the UN, the World Bank, all the people that have invested in Liberia will not save for it. Especially for ECOWAS. You know, all in the African country, ECOWAS is the same to the problem of all the situation in all the African countries. ECOWAS will sit and see that the people being harassed, the constitution, the laws being disrespected. They won't say anything. But when the people decide to take the power, then they are when they come. You are setting the basis in the international community setting and passionate. ECOWAS, that useless ECOWAS is setting and passionate. They are here to collect money to go feed their family. And they look at the grass and they see they have people in a Faso. Mali, right here in Guinea. Then you want to tell the people say, you know, constitutional government, you know constitution because constitution happening now, you are getting involved with it. Then for one time you come constitutional government. You will see yourself in constitutional government. You set it. And people are going to say law because hijacking the constitution. You're not talking. You think people have manipulated over violence? Nobody got manipulated over violence. Nobody got manipulated over violence. But we have
The voice of Montserrat County District 10 Representative Yeke Kaloba. Well, listeners, in case you've just joined us, it's a reminder that you're listening to Kear Newsline. My name is Jefferson. We are anchoring this Monday, October 28, 2024, 7 p.m. edition. Top stories we're following tonight. Nimba County Representative Musa Ability vows complete shutdown of the legislature attempt by members of anti-speaker Kofa's bloc to boycott Tuesday's session. Dismissed LRRC employees demand the immediate resignation of Executive Director Padre Wozi, accused LRRC boss and his deputies of rampant corruption. Police Inspector General attributes ineffective operations and high level unprofessionalism by LMP officers to low level support and salary incentives. RG Gregory Kuhlman calls for more support to the police force. In foreign news, a leading member of the Malawi's opposition charged with plotting to kill the country's president, Lazarus Chakwera. We take a short break. When we return, we join Sam Moba for Sports, the Passion of Life. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Let's now join Sam Moba. Sam, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff, and good evening to Kear listeners. It is reported from Sweden that Liberia wonder kid Divine Tier is currently in Czech Republic to discuss the potential transfer to Slava Prague. Tier, who plays for Swedish top league club Hammarby, is co-owned by Swedish football legend Zlatan Ibrahimovic, has reportedly been granted permission by Hammarby to negotiate with Slava Prague after struggling for playing time. The 18 years old former Neymar FC midfielder joined Hammarby in April 2024 but has only managed one start in 8 appearances this season. If the deal goes through, Divine Tier will join Lone Star captain Oscar Murphy Dolly, who is currently the most valuable player at the Slava Prague club. Reports speculates that Divine Tier arrival is part of Slava Prague's preparation for a potential departure of Dolly, who has been linked with several European clubs over the last two transfer windows. Liberia Football Association Secretariat has with immediate effect banned Heaven 11 Technical Director Melvin George for 14 months from the all LFA football activities after reportedly breaching what it called regulatory provisions. The LFA charged Melvin George with violation of Chapter 4, Article 4A and B of the 2024-2025 regulations, which summarily states a club official shall be suspended for 14 months following assault on a match official. The secretarial decision follows after having 11 one-all draw with Shatter at the Tusa field last Friday, where George jumped over the inner fence of the venue and physically assaulted and insulted Central referee Moses Fokwa. The Liberia First Division's League Football League rebranded FC Fasel has surged to the top of the standing after 3 rounds, maintaining an undefeated record and earning 9 points. Owned by former LFA Vice President Kasako, Fasel is capturing attention as most watched team in the season. They have defeated strong teams like Bear Mountain, Lightning Warrior, and Discovery Sports Academy, showing impressive form after the return to the National League. Fasel's next match is against reigning champions Watanga on November 3rd and promises to be a high-stake clash. Watanga, led by Coach Koba Sana, is eager for a victory, having struggled for 3 wins in recent months. Fasel's coach, Belgian Ivan Minaret, is confident, focusing on securing 3 points after every match day, as fans can expect an intense showdown as Watanga looks to reclaim their footing, while FC Fasel aims to extend their winning streak. Well, Jeff, that's all we have from the sports desk, and it's back to you for continuation.
Many thanks to Sam Moba for Sports, the Passion of Life. It is regularly featured on Kear News Line. In more development, Private Schools Teachers Association of Liberia President Monumento Sako says thousands of secondary students have been called or denied access to education due to finance. According to Monumento Sako, the lack of finances have caused students in both public and private schools to be denied education. He noted that the condition of schools is worse, meaning lack of chairs, inadequate access to materials for instructors, and unconducive environment for students. Monumento Sako made these comments in an interview with Care News via telephone Monday.
In this session of school of 2024-2025, assembly for this academic year. Schools are not prepared conditions or renovation was done in the public schools. Students are sitting on during name day. All things are unnecessary. The classroom blocks whatsoever. Teachers don't have access to materials in public schools. And you find that they are sitting in rainwater, cause leakages and subject to not being conducive atmosphere for learning. So it's just the simple thing that going on. It's just the simple thing that going on. Now, we call it so in the private school, you have the high education tuition. Schools, many schools increase tuition at no risk, no new program, nothing. So that gives the disadvantage to some parents that can afford to send the children back to private school. So
He's the president of the Private Schools Teachers Association, Monumental SACO. The Muslim Youth Assembly has disclosed plans to host a one-day leadership symposium focused on effective communication skills and personal leadership development. The event, which is scheduled for November 2, will take place at the All Africa Student Union headquarters under the theme Coaching to Enhance Volunteers' Performance. The symposium aims to equip young leaders with vital skills for improved communication and personal growth. Mohammed Kroma is the Secretary General of the group. He explains more to our reporter.
Thank you so much. I'm Mohammed Kumar from Dragon National Assembly and as Secretary General of the Group of Education. Yeah, the Dragon National Assembly under the auspices of the Ministry of Education, we tend to have a one day leadership for students. And this meeting is aimed at basic communication skills and we are listening to their connected
The voice of Muslim Youth Assembly Secretary General Mohammed Kroma. In foreign news now, a leading member of Malawi's opposition has been charged with plotting to kill the country's president, Lazarus Chakwara. Patricia Kalita, Secretary General of the UTM party, was arrested last week on suspicion of conspiring with others to commit a serious offense. Appearing on Monday at a court in Malawi's capital, Lilongwe, the 57-year-old did not speak, but her lawyer argued that the politician maintained her innocence, local media reports. Well, with that foreign development, that's how we come to the end of today's edition of Kear Newsline. This has been the joint efforts of the News and Current Affairs Department here at Kear Communications Network. Many thanks to Aloysius Chea, who was here with our local developments. Sam Mobile brought you Sports, the Passion of Life. James Wakwa Sarah controlled and produced the sounds. Many thanks to all of you for playing the role. Many thanks to our reporters, editors, and contacts who helped in making this edition a success. Before we leave, a relook of our major stories. Nimba County Representative Musa Belete vows complete shutdown of the legislature attempted by members of anti-speaker Kofa's bloc to boycott Tuesday's session. Dismissed LRRC employees demand the immediate resignation of Executive Director Pajo Wozi, accused the LRRC boss and his deputies of rampant corruption. Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman attributes ineffective operations and high-level unprofessionalism by LMP officers to low budgetary support and salary incentives. RG Gregory Coleman calls for more support to the police force. In foreign news, a leading member of Malawi's opposition charged with plotting to kill the country's president, Lazarus Chakwera. My name is Jefferson Weah. I presented. Thanks for listening and watching. Good night.